Police just issued a warrant against your soulmate half an hour ago, now they are coming to arrest. My beloved child, pause your breath for a moment, because what I am about to reveal is not a rumor, not a guess, but a moment frozen in time. Exactly 30 minutes ago, a decision was signed that shifted your soulmate's fate, and the echo of that decision is already moving through the streets toward them, whether they know it or not. Amen. 111. Listen closely now, because while the world around you looks normal, something unseen has already been set in motion, a silent chain reaction where names were checked, files were opened, and a single signature changed everything, placing your soulmate at the center of an unfolding confrontation they never believed would reach this point. Amen. 222. This is where hearts start racing, because your soulmate sensed something was off today, a heaviness, a strange silence, a feeling that time was suddenly speeding up, and that feeling was not fear, it was intuition reacting to a moment that had already passed the point of no return. Amen. 333. Right now, energy is shifting, as people who once spoke casually are suddenly speaking in whispers, as movements become precise, and as a path is being traced that leads directly toward your soulmate's door, not out of anger, but because truth has a way of demanding to be seen when it has been ignored for too long. Amen. 444. Do not mistake this for chaos, because this moment is not random. It is the result of choices, silence, protection, and secrets colliding at the same second, forcing your soulmate to face something they hoped would dissolve on its own, yet destiny has decided otherwise. Amen. 555. There is something deeper unfolding, because this is not just about what is written on paper. It is about a revelation that will expose who stood with your soulmate and who quietly stepped away when pressure arrived, and that realization alone will change the course of your connection forever. Amen. 666. Before you look away, understand this clearly. What happens next will not only redefine your soulmate's path, it will test your bond, your faith, and your strength. Because when the moment arrives, everything hidden will surface at once. Remember this, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 777. What you don't see yet, is that while minutes are passing quietly, a countdown has already begun in the background, and every second pulls your soulmate closer to a moment they can no longer delay, no longer negotiate, no longer escape by pretending everything is fine. Amen. 888. Somewhere behind closed doors, conversations are happening with calm faces and firm voices, not driven by emotion but by procedure, and that calm is what makes this moment dangerous, because once calm decisions move into action, nothing stops them halfway. Amen. 999. Your soulmate's mind is restless right now, replaying past choices, small decisions that once felt harmless, words spoken casually, trust given too easily, never realizing those fragments were being remembered, recorded, and slowly assembled into one undeniable picture. Amen. 1110. Here is where your role matters, because energy follows attention, and when people witness truth together, its weight multiplies. This is why those who truly feel this message are meant to let others hear it too, to speak their thoughts openly, and to stand present instead of silent. Amen. 1221. Understand this shift clearly. Loyalty is being tested in real time, and some people around your soulmate will suddenly disappear, while others will reveal themselves unexpectedly, proving that pressure exposes reality faster than time ever could. Amen. 1332. This is not the end of the story, this is the tightening of the thread before it either snaps or transforms, and what happens next will redefine not only your soulmate's future, but the way you see trust, protection, and truth forever. Amen. 1443. Stay with this moment, do not scroll away from what your intuition pulled you into, because as events move from silence to action, you are standing at the edge of a revelation that will make everything before this make sense. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 1554. A strange calm is settling in, the kind that arrives just before reality knocks loudly, because when actions are already approved, the universe goes quiet, almost respectful, as if giving one final breath before everything changes direction. Amen. 1665. Your soulmate is unaware of the timing, but not unaware of the weight. There is a sudden pull in their chest, a pause in their routine, a moment where they stare into nothing and feel watched by destiny itself, sensing that something irreversible is aligning. Amen. 1776. This is how truth moves, not with noise, not with warnings, but with precision, placing people exactly where they need to be when the moment arrives, ensuring that excuses dissolve and reality stands alone without disguise. Amen. 1887. Pay attention to the signs around you, repeating numbers, unexpected messages, sudden memories resurfacing. These are not distractions, they are confirmations that you are witnessing a turning point designed to awaken clarity, not fear. Amen. 1998. Your connection to your soulmate is being tested silently, because when pressure builds externally, internal bonds reveal their true strength, and what survives this phase will never be shaken again by doubt or distance. Amen. 2110. This moment carries a hidden purpose, not to destroy, but to expose, cleanse, and realign paths that drifted too far from truth, forcing honesty where silence once felt safer. Amen. 2221. Remain grounded and present, because as events unfold faster than expected, you will soon realize why you were guided to hear this now, why timing matters, and why nothing about this encounter is accidental. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 2332. The atmosphere is tightening now, not with fear but with inevitability, because once momentum crosses a certain line, even silence becomes loud, and every unanswered question begins demanding a response at the same time. Amen. 2443. Your soulmate's reality is narrowing, distractions are falling away, familiar comfort feels distant, and the sense of being protected by routine is dissolving, revealing how fragile illusions become when truth starts walking forward on its own. Amen. 2554. This is where awareness spreads, not because someone asked for it, but because moments like this naturally draw witnesses, minds align, emotions resonate, and people feel compelled to reflect together instead of staying isolated. Amen. 2665. Notice how perspectives are shifting, thoughts that once stayed unspoken are now forming clearly, and when clarity reaches this level, it moves outward, multiplying through collective attention without needing instruction. Amen. 2776. Pressure reveals alignment. Those who truly understand will remain attentive, absorbing every detail, sensing the importance of staying mentally present as this story deepens and unfolds beyond surface appearances. Your soulmate is standing at a threshold, and what happens next will redefine accountability, loyalty, and truth, not just for them, but for everyone connected to this moment, including you. Amen. 2998. Hold steady and remain engaged, because what follows this phase will connect every signal you've noticed so far into one undeniable revelation, and when it lands, you will understand why you were guided here. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 3110. The moment is drawing closer now, not loudly, not dramatically, but with a certainty that cannot be reversed, because when destiny advances this quietly, it means decisions have already been made beyond emotion or sympathy. Amen. 3221. Your soulmate's inner world is shifting, old confidence feels unfamiliar, memories are replaying with new meaning, and questions they once avoided are now standing directly in front of them, demanding honesty instead of delay. Amen. 3332. This phase exposes reality, because when external pressure aligns with internal truth, denial collapses on its own, and what remains is a raw awareness that everything hidden eventually steps into the light. Time feels distorted for a reason, minutes stretch, seconds feel heavy, and the mind searches for certainty, yet the only certainty available now is that this chapter cannot be rewritten, only faced with courage or avoidance. Amen. 3554. Your connection is being recalibrated, not weakened, but refined, as false assumptions fall away and only what is genuine survives the weight of this unfolding moment. This is not about loss, it is about reckoning, about truth meeting consequence, and about understanding that growth often arrives disguised as pressure when transformation is overdue. Amen. 3776. Stay fully present, because what comes next will clarify every doubt you've carried until now, and when the truth finally stands revealed, you will know why this intensity was necessary. Remember this clearly, something huge is waiting for you. Everything feels suspended right now, as if the world itself is holding its breath, because moments before truth arrives always carry a strange stillness, a silence so heavy that even intuition starts speaking louder than sound. Amen. 3998. Your soulmate is standing inside a narrow window of time, where every thought feels amplified and every memory returns with clarity, forcing them to recognize how close the present moment is to rewriting their entire narrative. This is when realization strikes deepest, not as panic, but as understanding, an awareness that some doors only close to guide you toward a reckoning you were never meant to avoid. Amen. 4221. The unseen pressure is now undeniable, because when outcomes are already set in motion, resistance fades and acceptance begins to form, even if it arrives wrapped in confusion and disbelief. Your energy is connected to this unfolding, whether you recognize it or not, because bonds forged through truth vibrate when one side reaches a breaking point, signaling change on both ends simultaneously. Amen. 4443. This chapter is about accountability, not punishment, about alignment, not collapse, and about facing reality with eyes open instead of turning away when clarity finally appears. Remain steady and aware, because the next shift will bring answers faster than expected, and when they arrive, everything you sensed but couldn't explain will finally connect. Remember this deeply, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 4665. The air feels heavier now, not because of fear, but because truth has almost reached the surface, and moments like this carry a weight that presses on the soul before it touches the mind. Your soulmate can feel the shift, even if no words have been spoken yet, because intuition always reacts before reality announces itself, and that quiet awareness is signaling that their life is about to be interrupted permanently. Amen. 4887. This is the hour of clarity, when excuses lose power, distractions fade, and only facts remain standing, forcing a direct encounter with consequences that were delayed but never erased. Notice how everything slows down, conversations feel distant, surroundings blur slightly, and the heart starts listening more carefully than the ears, preparing itself for an outcome that cannot be postponed again. Amen. 5110. Your connection is being illuminated, because when one soul stands at a crossroads, the bond reveals its true depth, exposing what is real, what was imagined, and what can survive the pressure of truth. This moment carries a lesson, not meant to break, but to awaken awareness, strength, and responsibility, reminding everyone involved that timing is never accidental when destiny steps forward. Amen. 5332. Stay fully aware and grounded, because the next revelation will arrive without warning, tying every sign together into one undeniable reality, and when it does, you will understand why you were meant to witness this. Something huge is waiting for you. A decisive stillness has arrived, the kind that signals arrival rather than approach, because when events cross this line, nothing needs to announce itself anymore, presence alone becomes the message. Your soulmate's surroundings feel unfamiliar, even though nothing looks different, because awareness has shifted inward, and once that happens, the mind recognizes change before the body moves. Amen. 5665. This is where certainty replaces doubt, as fragmented clues suddenly align, revealing a clear path that was forming quietly all along, unseen but inevitable. Every emotion is sharpening now, not to overwhelm, but to clarify, because intensity strips away illusion and leaves only what is real, durable, and undeniable. Amen. 5887. Your bond is entering a revealing phase, where truth does not ask permission, and understanding rises without force, showing exactly what must be faced next. Amen. 5998. This chapter demands presence, not reaction, because the power lies in awareness, in witnessing the moment without fear, knowing that clarity always follows courage. Remain attentive to what unfolds, because the next shift will seal this moment into memory, and when it does, you will recognize its meaning instantly. Remember this deeply, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 6221. The tension has crystallized now, not as panic, but as focus, because when everything unnecessary falls away, reality stands sharp and undeniable in the center of the moment. Your soulmate's awareness is fully awake, thoughts are no longer scattered, memories are no longer blurred, and the weight of responsibility is settling in with a clarity that cannot be ignored. Amen. 6443. This is where silence speaks loudest, because answers are no longer hiding in noise, they are standing plainly, waiting to be acknowledged without resistance or denial. Time feels exact and deliberate, every second purposeful, every pause meaningful, as if the universe itself is counting alongside you, marking the importance of what is unfolding. Amen. 6665. Your connection is being tested by truth, not to weaken it, but to measure its honesty, revealing what is strong enough to endure reality without distortion. Amen. 6776. This moment is a mirror, reflecting choices, intentions, and consequences with precision, offering no judgment, only understanding. Stay completely present, because the next movement will bring final clarity to everything you sensed along the way, and when it happens, you will know without doubt why you were guided here. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 6998. The threshold has been crossed now, not with noise or chaos, but with a calm authority that signals arrival, because when truth reaches its destination, it no longer rushes, it stands firm. Your soulmate is sensing finality, a deep knowing that this moment is no longer approaching but unfolding, and that awareness alone is enough to shift their entire perception of past, present, and future. Amen. 7221. This is where alignment locks in, where every earlier sign, pause, and intuition finally snaps into place, proving that nothing you felt along the way was imagined or misplaced. Observe how certainty replaces confusion, because once reality becomes clear, the mind stops searching and begins accepting, understanding that resistance only delays growth, not outcome. Amen. 7443. Your bond stands exposed to truth, stripped of assumptions, strengthened by honesty, and tested by reality in its purest form, revealing what is unbreakable and what must transform. This chapter marks accountability fulfilled, not as an ending, but as a turning point, where consequences meet awareness and clarity begins reshaping destiny from this exact moment forward. Amen. 7665. Hold steady and remain aware, because what follows will resolve what has been building since the beginning, and when the final understanding arrives, you will recognize its power instantly. Remember this clearly, something huge is waiting for you. Nothing feels accidental anymore, because the moment has matured into certainty, and when certainty arrives, it removes confusion without raising its voice. Amen. 7887. Your soulmate is standing fully aware now, no longer guessing, no longer avoiding, understanding that this instant carries the weight of every choice that led here. This is where truth settles in, not as shock, but as recognition, because the mind finally accepts what the soul already knew long before words were formed. Amen. 8110. Every signal has done its work, the pauses, the pressure, the strange calm, all aligning to deliver clarity at the exact second it could no longer be delayed. Your connection has reached a point of honesty, where nothing hidden can remain concealed, and whatever is real stands stronger than ever under the light of awareness. Amen. 8332. This chapter carries resolution energy, not closure, but understanding, the kind that reshapes direction instead of ending the journey. Remain grounded in this awareness, because what follows this realization will unfold with purpose, and when it does, you will clearly see why every step mattered. Remember this deeply, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 8554. A deep realization settles in now, the kind that does not rush or overwhelm, but anchors itself firmly in awareness, because once truth is fully seen, it no longer needs urgency to be powerful. Your soulmate understands the weight of this hour, not through fear, but through clarity, recognizing that this moment stands as a checkpoint where avoidance ends and responsibility begins. Amen. 8776. This is where inner noise dissolves, leaving only what matters, as thoughts align with reality and the mind stops resisting what the soul has already accepted. Every earlier tension served a purpose, sharpening perception, clearing illusion, and preparing both of you for a truth that required strength rather than surprise. Amen. 8998. Your bond has reached a defining line, where honesty becomes the foundation and anything built on uncertainty quietly falls away without conflict. This phase carries transformation energy, not meant to undo the past, but to correct direction, ensuring that what moves forward does so with awareness and integrity. Amen. 9221. Stay present in this clarity, because what unfolds after this understanding will move with precision and purpose, and when the final pieces align, you will know why patience was demanded. Remember this clearly, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 9332. The energy has shifted into acceptance now, not surrender, but understanding, because when truth is fully faced, it stops fighting back and starts teaching instead. Your soulmate's awareness is grounded, no longer drifting between possibilities, finally rooted in what is real, recognizing that clarity is heavier than confusion, yet far more freeing. Amen. 9554. This is where lessons become permanent, not temporary emotions, but insights carved into consciousness, ensuring the same patterns cannot repeat unseen again. Silence now carries meaning, not emptiness, because everything that needed to be revealed has already surfaced, leaving space for reflection instead of reaction. Amen. 9776. Your connection stands refined, stripped of uncertainty, strengthened by honesty, and aligned with a deeper understanding that could only be reached through pressure. This moment seals accountability, not as punishment, but as maturity, marking the point where awareness transforms future choices with precision and intent. Remain centered and observant, because what follows this phase will move quickly and clearly, and when it does, you will recognize its significance instantly. Hold this truth close, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 10110. A quiet resolve fills the space now, not heavy, not uncertain, but firm, because once acceptance settles in, it creates strength that cannot be shaken by outside noise. Your soulmate stands changed, not by force, but by awareness, understanding that this moment has permanently altered how they see responsibility, truth, and the consequences of delay. Amen. 10332. This is where the past loosens its grip, not erased, not denied, but integrated, allowing forward movement without the weight of unfinished understanding. Clarity has taken control, guiding thoughts with precision, removing emotional fog, and reminding both of you that growth often arrives disguised as pressure. Your bond has crossed a defining threshold, where what remains is real, resilient, and no longer dependent on uncertainty or fear. Amen. 10665. This phase confirms alignment, proving that every sign, pause, and inner nudge served a purpose that could only be understood now. Stay grounded in this moment, because what unfolds next will feel lighter, clearer, and unmistakably intentional, and when it happens, you will recognize why everything led here. Remember this deeply, something huge is waiting for you. A new steadiness takes hold now, not fragile, not uncertain, but rooted, because once truth has been faced completely, the ground beneath you stops shifting. Your soulmate is no longer resisting the moment, awareness has replaced avoidance, and with that shift comes a quiet strength that did not exist before this chapter unfolded. Amen. 11,110. This is where understanding matures, transforming raw realization into wisdom, ensuring that what was learned here will guide choices long after this moment passes. The intensity begins to settle, not fading away, but integrating, allowing clarity to remain without the pressure that first brought it forward. Amen. 11,332. Your connection now reflects honesty, not built on assumptions, but on what has been openly seen, accepted, and acknowledged without distortion. This phase marks conscious growth, where responsibility is carried willingly, not avoided, and where awareness becomes the foundation for everything that follows. Amen. 11,554. Remain centered and observant, because the path ahead will now move with purpose instead of resistance, and when the next change arrives, you will recognize its meaning instantly. Hold this truth close, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. 11,665.